Jesus. Salutations, Queenie Q here, and right now I'm currently procrastinating on a video that I'm working on that's just proving a challenge for my current skills in editing and patience. But my butt hurts from sitting on a wooden chair, and I figured I could do a quick little interim video on making a seat cushion that is also perfectly goth. So I'm estimating maybe 20 minutes worth of work, could be more. I'm going to use a lot of stuff that obviously I already have on hand because I'm not going anywhere. If you don't know, Santa Cruz is currently on fire. Well, more of the hills than where I'm at. I'm technically in Capitola, which is like right, it's a weird area. We're like the city next door to Santa Cruz. So I can't really go outside because the air quality is bad. So you'll need a machine for sewing or needle and thread if you want to do this by hand. That's up to you. I want to make this quick. And you're going to need something circular or rectangular depending on what kind of seat cushion you want. Alright, let's get started. Okay, so I just have some canvas fabric. I swear I washed this and it already has cat hair on it. Oh well. And no, I will not be ironing it. I'm too lazy for that. I also have my Lazy Susan that's covered in contact paper because I want to paint it, but I can't go outside to do so. I have my scissors, trusty old color pencil. So I'm going to do this the normal 2-layer way. There we go. Make sure I only have 2 layers down. Okay. Again, I don't care that this is wrinkled. It's going to be underneath my... So it really doesn't matter what it looks like too much. Okay, I'm happy with that placement. And I'm just tracing around it. Just roughly doing it. This is supposed to be a pretty dang quick project. If I wanted to make it super fancy, I could, but today's not that day. Today is a quick day. So I need to get back to editing. My butt just hurts from sitting there too long. Okay. I should probably get my better scissors out. Yes, those were in my sweatpant pockets. Don't ask why. Alright. Got 2. Sweet. Now, what we want, we're only going to do this on one, we're not doing this on both. Is there a right side? Not really. So, we're going to do, fold it in half, because we want to find the middle. And I'm just going to kind of mark it roughly around there. Mark it roughly around there. Now that I'm thinking about it, you could actually use this kind of design for a regular throw pillow for your couch and not just a seat cushion. But honestly, I need I need a seat cushion more than I need a couch throw. So here we are. And if you wanted, you could also go over these lines a second time or thread your machine with 2 top threads, and that would make this a little bit of a stronger look. But, you know, I'm lazy. Okay, where do we want to start? Who's our lucky starter? I'm just kind of moving these in a parallel fashion as I'm going. Okay, just need to snip these threads really quick. Okay, now that you have this big mess here, and this is the right side, because this is unfortunately the side we drew on, but we can clean that. You are going to take the other piece of your cushion and lay that on top, because you want the inside, you want the right side, as they call it, to be on the inside of the pillow, because you're going to stitch along the rounds here. And I'm going to be not as lazy and actually pin it, because I want to remind myself, hey, you're going to need to leave some space here to flip it inside out. This is usually how I give myself a visual reminder of that. Just do a couple parallel to the place I'll be stitching rather than perpendicular, because I'm one of those people who likes to sew over pins. And if you wanted this to be even easier to just, you know, take off the pillow stuffing and throw this in the wash, you could do a zipper instead of this kind of closing. But again, I'm lazy and I don't want to do that. I generally like to wash my pillows with stuffing inside because I'm a sicko. Alright, back to sewing. So again, taking the time to remember to not sew in this area. I'm going to start down here. I'm actually just going to sew, giving myself very small seam allowance, because it's a pillow. I don't think you really need seam allowance for it. So I just line up a lot of my edges with the edge of this foot here. I don't know if you can see the edge of my foot, which I think is 1/4 seam allowance. Correct me if I'm wrong. Don't forget to backstitch. Okay, now that we're getting close to the end here, I'm just going to go up, back stitch, and pull our needle up, and have fun taking all the needles out. Okay, now that we have all the pins out, we're still with the wrong sides facing out. We're going to flip this guy the right way out. Normally you can trim your seam allowance. I'm not going to, because again, this is just a pillow. You're not really going to see the inside ever again. So I'm just taking my hand inside very quickly, just kind of pulling this guy out. Now with round seams, you can also clip your seams so that you don't get any puckering, but I just don't think that's going to be an issue with this guy. There we go. You can see where we have our opening. Okay, so now we get to do the fun part, which is stuff this guy. And I have an old pillow right here that is sacrificing himself for this. Please be careful when doing this at home. Oh yeah. Okay. And I'm just kind of shaping this polyfill as I'm putting it inside. It's gotten kind of stuck together from being washed inside the pillow. So I'm just fluffing it up, bring some life back into it. Feel free to also give it a test. It's like a giant whoopee cushion. Yep, that definitely feels nicer than just plain wood. Okay, now we're ready to stitch up this seam, I think. Let me just add a little bit more towards the back here. Now I could hand sew this up, but again I'm being lazy, so we're gonna machine stitch with our white thread over this raw edge. I'm sure this is very difficult to see what I'm doing here, but I'm basically tugging at the open corners. It's kind of causing it to pull together these raw edges while folding them. Now that it's pinned in a weird way, we can sew it. Just an FYI to anyone who tries to do this way, be prepared to have your hands stabbed a million times by your needles. Ow! Jesus.